big of a problem is discrimination in the housing community right now?
Well, I would speak to just some of the personal stories that I've got to hear one-on-one with the people that we serve. And, discrimination can take so many forms. And the folks that we serve, they are really getting a chance that they don't get in the regular market. I think that, it's easy for people to talk about how tight the Austin market is just in general with, how expensive it is, how competitive it is.
Sure.
But then when you add on all the different layers of things that can really hold people back from being competitive in that already competitive market, it starts to paint a picture of just how difficult it can be. So some of the stories that I've heard just from the residents that we serve, people are still experiencing HIV discrimination in housing, unfortunately. And, people have asked me, well, isn't that illegal? And I say, yes, and it still happens, right?
You touched briefly, Mimi, on healthcare, and we talked, we just recently had an lack of affordable healthcare conversation. We talked about how housing is healthcare. And if you don't have housing, oftentimes healthcare then becomes your form of housing, whether it's, and you're using healthcare for things that you wouldn't normally use it for, like preventative. And so how does being from, a marginalized group of society prohibit you from getting quality healthcare or even access to healthcare? Can you talk to us about the work you were just touching on?
Yeah, definitely. So, it's all the things, right? So even though Austin, and I'm going to kind of frame your question into like this overarching understanding of like inequity, if that's okay, because
Perfect.
I feel like we have to take a multi-pronged approach all the time. Anytime we're talking about discrimination or inequity, Austin is huge. It's one of the nation's fastest growing cities. It has this persona of being fast and sexy and all of the things, and a land of opportunity. But at the same time, you have a very real, we have a very real problem with systemic institutional racism that manifests itself into discrimination